Is it weird that I wasn't tired throughout those 24 hours, even though that I was up for basically 26 hours? Nationers, welcome back to another episode of The Realest Podcast. Holy goodness, I have socks in my pants. Nationers, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of The Realest Podcast, episode 51, banner right behind me. Wow, this feels very odd. I don't know. I feel like you guys can probably hear that, right? That's probably going to be common throughout this entire episode. Unfortunately, I'm going to try. Okay. I need to explain some stuff. First of all, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday because these episodes go up on Sunday. I hope you guys are having a lovely day regardless on any which day that you guys are listening, watching this episode of The Realest Podcast. I'm excited to come back after 2 months. 2 months away. We did a Halloween episode and I was like, okay. November, December, just nothing, not a peep. I feel like I needed some time to regather. I knew that I wanted to hit episode 50 and kind of take a step back, worry, and focus on a little bit of other endeavors as of right now. However, we're going to get into all of that in today's episode. Again, Nationers, hope you guys are having a great day. I do want to start off the podcast with some quick things that I did and things that have been happening over the past 2 months. I have a lot here. I have a lot. There's some stuff that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, maybe get in some thoughts and different things that are going on through my mind. I do want to mention that I have some brand new headset, a brand new headset, at least for me. At least when we have a guest here, I'm going to still use the same headsets that are over on the ground over there, and then also the same microphone that we would normally use. I also did get a new microphone, Nationers, which I actually use for my streams. However, I decided that I was going to use it for the solo podcast as well because I really, really like these. I really, really like these. Hold on. Do I have it on the right setting? I don't know if I have this on the right setting right now. I don't know. I really don't know. However, I mean, maybe I'll do a voice test afterwards. I did do one, but it might have been on a different setting. I was gonna say I don't sound the same that I did when I first did this. However, Nationers, let's just get right into the past 2 months. What happened in November? What happened in December? What were some stuff that I wanted to talk about and things that I did and things that I was going to do that never ended up happening? Yeah. Never ended up happening. We're going to get into that right now. So, I think like right after Halloween, Elon Musk bought Twitter. FTX was having some financial problems. Filed for bankruptcy, and potentially had the biggest fraud of all time. At least one of the biggest frauds in the crypto space for sure. There was 4 college students about 2 hours away that were murdered, and the killer has been found. Great revelation. Obviously, very, very tragic tragedy, but great revelation that we at least have some answers. Also, the FIFA World Cup happened. Argentina won, and is Messi the GOAT now? I don't know. We also had Mr. Beast surpassing PewDiePie in subscribers. That's kind of insane. That's kind of awesome. And then also, the Liver King came out as a steroid user? What is going on these past few months? Like, am I shocked? Not really. I'm really not. Also, we had Spotify Wrapped and every company decided to participate, as obvious. Earth apparently reached 8 billion people on this planet. And somehow there's still more birds on this planet than people. I don't understand how that works. Whew, okay. We also got Logan Paul got called out by CoffeeZilla, another YouTuber, as a crypto scammer, which he has now came out and tried to deflect. Maybe a lack of accountability on his end, but all in all, is it true? I don't know. And then also, we had Jake Paul as now an MMA fighter with the PFL, a brand new fighting league that is up and coming. And pretty interesting, kind of shocking news to say the least. Also, some fun news. Apparently, a robot lawyer was the first official robot to defend somebody in court. A robot lawyer? Aren't all lawyers pretty much robots? No, that's not true. That's not true. Um, so there's that. And then also Kanye West has been on a tear that has been ruining his career. Is he able to rebound? Is he able to come back? I don't know. And it all happened after I said that Kanye West was the greatest artist of all time. Ever since then, it's been downhill for Kanye West. Like, I don't know if he saw the podcast and was like, F this guy. Like, I can't believe he said that. I got to go prove him wrong, which kind of seems a little backwards in my mind. But anyways, also Andrew Tate, and the only time that I'll ever talk about Andrew Tate on this podcast, has been arrested in Romania and links to human trafficking charges, which was the reason he moved to Romania, which is highly ironic because he moved to Romania because they had little less strict laws for trafficking charges. Yeah. I had to laugh at that. Also, Megan Thee Stallion is innocent and was telling the truth the entire time, and Tory Lanez is potentially facing up to 22 years in prison. That is a long time. That is older than I am. So if he gets convicted on all 22 years on all the charges, it's going to be a doozy for my guy. Also, Avatar 2 came out, which after 10 years, it finally came out. And it's on pace to become the highest grossing movie of all time and set James Cameron as the only director with 3 $1 billion grossing movie titles. Avatar being 2 of them, and then the Titanic being another, which is insane. Avatar 2, a lot of people said it was a really good movie, so I am excited to see it. That's something that I want to see. And Nationers, regardless of everything going on in the world, there's been some stuff going on in my life that I want to share and at least tell you guys. So me and my family went to Hawaii for 1 week during Thanksgiving. We left that Sunday or Monday before. Yeah, that Sunday. I think it was a Sunday. The Sunday before Thanksgiving. We were there for a week, and it was a ton of fun. And then also got a brand new mic. And then also we raised $1,300 for charity. She's doing great. She's doing lovely. No, yeah, we raised $1,300 for charity, which is about $150 increase to what we raised the year previous, which is super awesome. And this year we had a whole bunch of punishments. We literally had so many punishments. My hair's wet because I just took a cold shower, and a part of it, we had an ice plunge the day of. I had to pie my face, which I did with peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and barbecue sauce, because I had no jelly and I had no whipped cream, so I just had to kind of improvise. Then, not only that, I poured like water on my head through a certain point of the stream from Lucas, who's actually a guest on this podcast. And then, sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. And then, not only that, upcoming, so we have the 7 days of shower. We're also going to be doing like a video on the second channel where I play blindfolded. And then, not only that, we're going to be doing just some crazy 7-day sleeping stream. Like, I'm not going to be sleeping for 7 days, but every single night for 7 days, I'm going to be streaming just me sleeping. And people are able to, like, make my life a living hell. So there's that. And yeah, we had a whole bunch of great punishments throughout. Obviously, I mentioned a lot of the great ones that were out there and are still ongoing. And I had to like run a mile with like a weighted vest. And yeah, we raised like $800 like within like the first 2 to 3 hours, which is insane. So we were already like neck deep in punishments, and we got to $999.99 with the punishment being at $1,000 that I end the stream. But I didn't want to do that. I probably should have made that like $2,000, but if anything, it was still super awesome. And there was like people that were doing like exclamation mark donut. I'm like, guys, not right now. Just don't do it right now. And then we ended up changing it, and then those people never donated. But it's okay because it was still a great cause. It was still really good fun, and I really enjoyed the 24 hours. Is it weird that I wasn't tired throughout those 24 hours, even though that I was up for basically 26 hours? I was up an hour before the stream, got ready, streamed for 24 hours, and then up was like up for like another hour after that. Is that kind of weird? I slept for like 4 hours, like 4 or 5 hours, and I was just like, oh, I'm rejuvenated. Okay. And yeah, like got things ready and realized something that I didn't exactly know maybe like in the moment when I was live streaming, but I did know that it was a thing. That when you go over 12 hours on a YouTube live stream, it apparently doesn't put it in DVR, meaning like it doesn't turn it into an actual video or a VOD. It just exists in the ether, and there's no video evidence of it. You can't play it back. You literally can't do anything with it, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. I don't know why YouTube was like, nope. It stops. I don't know why they did that. I literally don't know why. So it kind of sucks because I obviously would like to watch back that stream. There was a lot of good moments. I was writing down like little key moments that I was going to turn into like clips, but we literally can't do that. We like physically can't do that anymore. If you were there during the 24-hour live stream, first of all, thank you. But in addition to that, it's also like a very special moment and like a connecting point, I feel, for like a lot of us. Like if you were there to witness some of the things that happened that stream and that day, it was quite magical. You know, to see like the donation ticker just counting up, to see all the people that were there, to see the support and outpour of just love for not only the stream, but also the charity that we are donating to and raising money for, which is the same charity that we've raised money for every single year. And yeah, and it's a local community the charity, so it's just one of those things that like I know that like I'm just a streamer, I'm just like a content creator that likes putting stuff out on the internet and loves doing stuff and loves, you know, to grind, loves to play games and, you know, just give entertainment to you guys. So it really meant a lot to me personally, just knowing that, you know, your guys' or the impact that I may have on you and whatever amount that may be is an impact that, you know, is feeding back into the community that I have in Spokane Valley, most importantly. That's technically where I live, but I'm Spokane in general. So it's definitely something that, for me, kind of put things into perspective. And yeah, it really sucks that we can't go back and like watch that, but I still enjoyed like every single moment and every single memory that I'm able to take from that live stream, because it's one of those things where it's like once I end the stream, you can't watch the stream anymore. And so it really just like kind of put into perspective just everything that I was doing. And yeah, it's one of those things, if you were there, you got to witness it. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, then it's just one of those things. It's just like a figment of our imagination. It's kind of like one of those, it's kind of like the Polar Express. Like that's what the 24-hour live stream was. It's like the Polar Express. It's like, you don't believe it, and then once you watch it and go through the experience, you come back, and it's almost like you never even experienced it. It almost seems like a dream, because it's now just a figment of our imaginations, which literally is the Polar Express. So, also, Christmas happened. Christmas was great. Here in Spokane, we woke up so early because after the 24-hour live stream, I slept for like 5 hours, woke up, was up until like maybe midnight. And yeah, it was a good Christmas. It was a really, really good Christmas. We didn't have any snow. Maybe we did. We definitely had icy conditions, so it was very tough to drive in for my dad. But I don't believe we had any snow. I remember picking up this box, and it was just this heavy ass box. It was a heavy ass box, okay? And I remember picking it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, like this is a lot. Like this is a lot." And I was thinking it might have been like something else. No, I opened it up, and it's like my two 40-pound dumbbells that I wanted for Christmas, so I could bench press it on the couch. And then I could also do like Romanian deadlifts with it, which is a lot better to do with free weights. And I just have like free weights to use, so it's kind of nice. And I remember picking it up. I'm like, damn, this thing is heavy. But it's like wasn't super heavy that I was like, oh my god, like what is this? Like, did you just give me like 1,000 pounds of bricks? No. It was the 40-pound dumbbells from Target, which were actually really good. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I enjoyed Christmas. I mean, I enjoyed opening that present, but I also got like these headphones, which is super awesome. And then I bought this mic on a payment plan, like $80 like every 2 weeks. So I was like, oh, that's fine. I got some Amazon gift cards, and it was great. And oh, Nationers, it was really funny. So regardless of Christmas and everything that I got, we usually do a boys' Christmas Secret Santa, right? We do a Secret Santa with the boys, okay? With the boys. And a part of it is there's a lot of people who like to get gag gifts, not dad gifts. We're not dads. Gag gifts, like something that you'll never ever use. It's funny because it pokes fun at what you do. And I happen to be on the other stick of that, as I have been for the past few years. And I'm the type of guy to kind of like get a serious gift that you would normally need, but then there's a gag gift kind of in how would I say it? In like a side of a meal, like French fries to a hamburger, right? Hamburger is the main gift, and then the French fries are the gag gift. And mind you, I've been on the other end of like gag gift first, which I don't mind. I perfectly don't mind. But well, I guess I can't be. Last year, I did get my best friend Chase, a baby onesie. He doesn't have a kid. He does have a girlfriend who I've known forever. But, yeah, I got him a baby onesie from, like, Oshkosh in the mall or Gap or something. And so, yeah, I did get him that. Forgot about that. So that was that. And I've gotten, like, fish leggings before, like, fishnet leggings that are, like, very kinky. Threw those away after, like, a year and a half. After not using them, of course. And yeah, so I got all that. But then there was, this year, I got Chase again for like the third time in a row. Don't know how that happened. And I decided to get him some like beard treatment stuff because he's growing a beard. Like his beard right now is like what you would kind of see in like early high school, or like I guess like early, you know, mid high school. Like when you first start growing facial hair, but his isn't really thick. His is kind of just like prickly, like it's kind of a little spotty, and like nothing's full. He did grow it out at one point, but it wasn't like I could still see the skin under it. Like my beard right now, you could still see under it, but it's still like a full beard, you know? So I decided to get him that, like just a kit. And then I decided, I was like going around, I was like, what else could I get him? You know, maybe like some candy, I don't know. No, I did not get him any candy. There was no candy involved. I bought him a Super Mario Kart, like Hot Wheel toy that's in like the shape of a toad. You know, like all the different characters and whatnot. There was like a bullet, you know, there's like a bullet car, there was a Bowser car, there was a toad. It was a toad. So I got him a toad car, which I don't know what he's going to do with that. But then I also got him Space Buddies, or Santa Buddies. Because the original movie is like Space Buds, or like Space Buddies. And I decided, I was like, oh, it's Christmas. I'll buy him a $10 DVD of Santa Buddies, which he'll probably never watch. And I was just like, yeah, that's great. And then to top it all off, when he got the gift, I was like, I'm going to need that box back. Because I hold like a pair of shoes in it. And so I had to take out the shoes, put the gifts in. I need the box back. And then not only that, I need to put candles in it for my aunts because I bought them a candle. So I put 2 candles in it, and I kept one for my mom that I knew that I was going to give her. But then I was like, okay, I don't know which candle my aunts want. So I essentially put just 2 candles in there and just said to Sarah and Rachel. And they're like, that's kind of odd because they don't live together anymore. They haven't for like 10 years. And I was like, you'll understand why I mean it's for both of you. And Sarah opened it up first and was like, oh, it's candles. I get to choose first. Because Sarah opened it up first. So hey, I guess that's what you get. You know, you open it first, you get the first choice. I don't know. So that was really funny. I also filmed like a video with a scooter company, which was a ton of fun. So there's like a scooter sitting like right behind the camera here. And I did like a fun video where I went like downtown and where I raced people in downtown. And it was a ton of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed that That the scooter's great. The handle, I need to screw in some of the bolts more. Because you have to like put the scooter on, because like when it comes in a package, the scooter length is that wide, but it needs to be like that wide. And with the handlebars, it's that wide. So you need to take that off and put it that way. So I need to put that in, and yeah, so it's kind of difficult right now. It's hard to explain. It's a great scooter. Great scooter. The brakes are good on it. They have like a little throttle numpad type thing. I don't really know how to describe it, but it goes at like 20 miles an hour. I was riding it downtown. I'll probably ride it throughout the summer, ride it throughout, hotter weather. And in addition to that, Nationers, obviously we had the 24-hour live stream. We had Christmas. We had the boys' Secret Santa. That day when we had the Secret Santa, it was super icy. So it was like super hard to get to boys' night. And this one boys' night was like on the other end of town. It took me like 40 minutes to get there. I ended stream, was going to be late. I was like, oh crap. And it happened to be super icy that day. Got to see some good friends, obviously. And yeah, it was great. And also what I got a $25 Amazon gift card, which I kind of forgot that I had, which was going to go to the mic, but I ended up forgetting about it. But then I also got a how to make YouTube videos for kids. How to make YouTube videos for kids was my main gift. Obviously, the $25 Amazon gift card was the main gift, but the gag gift, because I opened it first, was how to make YouTube videos for kids. Second edition too. Second edition as well. And that was a good gift. I have not opened the book too many times. It is sitting right next to where I make YouTube videos, and maybe I should like read it one day and just be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's some good advice. So yeah, that's that's what I got. And like my friend Josh got like a Bud Light, like kind of light, kind of like a light, kind of like maybe you see that in like a bar or whatnot. It's actually a really good gift. And then he also got a friend of mine, James, who has a girlfriend, like sexual favors, like, like, like those cute things that you see on TikTok, and it's like, oh, like relationship or dating, like, coupons, right? And it's like, oh, like, here's a coupon. I would like you to give me like a foot rub, but you can only use it once, right? And he got James sex coupons. It was hilarious. It was honestly so funny because Josh, who actually lives in Utah right now, he was thinking that James's girlfriend was going to be there. So it would have been funny if he opened it up and was like, here, babe. That ended up not happening. So then Josh, the witty guy that he is, he was like, oh, well, James, if your girlfriend's not here, I'm here. James, you could use it on me. It's so funny. And obviously great gifts all around. Some gag gifts. Josh also got James Andrew, because back in the day we had a Secret Santa for Strolling Strings, which is kind of like marching band but for orchestral instruments. And it was so funny because we had a Secret Santa, and we made sure that Chase, my best friend who I got, had Andrew, who was the gift for James this time around, but just for the boys. So, one year, and this is just for context, Andrew was given by James a hippie survival kit, or I don't remember if it was Andrew got the gift or James got the gift, but somebody got a hippie survival kit. I'm pretty sure it was Andrew from James. I could be wrong. And so we decided that for our senior year Secret Santa, we were going to get Andrew James. And so probably like a few months prior, we had like homecoming, and we needed to find like this giant thing, probably as big as these lockers. We need to find these big pieces of cardboard because we need to put them together and make this giant book, which looks sick. I remember making it look sick. It didn't look super big on the ground, but when you stand it up, it was like 8 feet tall. It was super cool. So with that in context, we needed a large amount of cardboard. And so I decided to call up furniture companies and was like, hey, do you guys like have like any spare boxes? Because there's like, you know, like anything that would be big, right? Furniture, you know, refrigerator, stoves, you know, laundry stuff. I was like, okay, they got to have some cardboard. And they rerouted me to their business office, which it's kind of like their department where it's kind of like, think about like Amazon, like shipping, like that. So I called them up. Found out that they had like a recycled cardboard like bin. They're like, yeah, just go through it. Like take what you need. So we got a shit ton of cardboard. And I remember from that day, I was like, oh my God, I know where we could get cardboard. So we got cardboard for our fall festival. We got cardboard for homecoming. We got cardboard for James. We found a box and all we need to do is just wrap it. We just need to wrap it. And for like 50 minutes, if not like an hour, we were just unraveling gifts. And me and Chase are kind of sitting like 15 degrees from each other. We're like, think about it like 15 minutes where I'm like sitting at the 30, he's sitting at like the 15, right? And we're just kind of sitting and we're just like waiting. We're opening up all the presents. James is just squatted down for like an hour, just waiting for like the right moment because it's just this giant box. This giant box with James in it. This giant box with James in it. It was hilarious. And Andrew was the last person to get his gift. And he opened it up. And there's James. It was the greatest moment. And that day was really great as well. It was honestly such a great day. And yeah, I will remember that day forever. It was so funny. Poor James just sitting there, crouched down and like, you know, huddling. I was like, oh God, James, just don't move. And we're just opening presents and whatnot. And it didn't help because I used the same wrapping paper for my gift that I had for, you know, somebody who wasn't Andrew. And I remember walking into the classroom in my backpack. I always carried stuff on the sides of my backpack. And with it, I would always keep like a water bottle or something to drink on. And then I put the wrapping paper in it. And I remember I walked in, Chase walked in before me. And I was like, oh crap. Chase was like, oh my God, what is that? And he drew attention to him. And I just walked into the back because we had practice rooms. I walked into the back practice rooms and just like I put the wrapping paper down and walked out. And I was like, okay, ready for the day. What is that? I was like, oh, mental error. And it didn't help that I had the gift. I had a gift that had the same wrapping paper. And it was my handwriting on the thing. It was really something. It was a lot. But great moments, great moments all around. Is that at 28 minutes? We're at 28 minutes. Oh my God. What more can I talk about? I don't know. Hold on. I gotta reset the camera here. So yeah, that was my Christmas. That was a lot of just good stories. 24-hour live stream. Everything was absolutely fantastic. Just some crazy stuff that has been happening, you know, within the creative sphere. I would really like to go in depth with it maybe next episode because I know this one's kind of a maybe like a shorter episode. I don't know, like 30 minutes is still long. I didn't think that we were going for almost 30 minutes. That's kind of insane. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm really glad that like Messi won the World Cup. I was watching a lot of it in Hawaii every single day because when like the late night games over there would happen like early morning over in Hawaii. So it was a great time to watch it. Yeah, it was honestly such a great time. My Spotify Wrapped came out. I really just want to go in depth like next episode. I feel like this episode for me was like let's just get back into the groove of things, right? Like Logan Paul has been apparently scamming people, which I'm not surprised because of how things went down and like the cold turkey of Dink Doink and the cold turkey of CryptoZoo. But 99 Originals is great. I really love the art and all the ambition behind it. And he would talk about on his podcast where it's like, but that third one though, you know? and he obviously was talking about 99 Originals because Dinkdoink was something that he made, created, and promoted on his podcast. And then CryptoZoo, immediately right after that went live, was something that he talked about. And then once it went live, he never talked about it again. And as a viewer, I picked up on that when that happened. I was just like, oh, like, what's going on with it? Like, what's happening? Like, why do you just all of a sudden, like, not promote it anymore? That's like if I posted, like, this podcast, right? And I hit stop recording, and I just stopped doing anything for it. Like, I just, like, let this just sit. It's like, okay, but that's still gotta, like, marinate. I still gotta go edit this video. I still gotta put it into something else. And yeah, it's wild. Am I shocked that Logan Paul is in the midst of, like, another controversy? No, it's Logan Paul. That's kind of naive to me to say, because even as somebody who's watched him kind of grow up through 2020, through 2021, through 2022, it's like it feels like there has maybe, and I don't know if I've been kind of dumped, but it could just either be like a narrative change, which means I'm just like an idiot, and maybe there's stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm just like, okay, well, what he's telling us and what he's showing us is completely opposite than what's actually going on in the background, which I feel like we got a hint of with this brand new CoffeeZilla video. But I'm also convinced that, like, hey, maybe there might be a little bit of change. Like, at least Logan Paul's not this, like, not like, what's up, Logan? Like, oh my God, like sound effects, soundboard, Logan Paul. I don't know. As somebody who loves Logan in recent times and has obviously supported a lot of his endeavors, you know, I like to see him win. He's a big inspiration for me, you know, doing this podcast, you know, reaching out to guests, being able to interview a lot of people. It's just something that I'm just like, damn, like what's going on? What's going on? And I think CoffeeZilla's 3 videos did a really good job at least highlighting stuff, but it's really hard to root for a guy when that accountability is also deflected in Logan, where those videos came out, he talked about it, and when he talked about it, it was very much just like, it was more of like an ad hominem, which if you guys don't know, that's like trying to lessen the credibility of what that person's saying. Like, let's say somebody says, I don't even know. Let's say somebody says, like, I'm a really bad person. You know, I just, like, I don't know, I'm a really bad person. I threw something against the wall. But, like, my ad hominem would be, they've never met me. They don't know me. I've never met this person. You know what I'm saying? Or saying that that person is actually also somebody who is very bad. Like, a bad person could still say somebody's a bad person. It doesn't take away, it doesn't, like, just negate everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what an ad hominem would be. It's kind of hard to find, like, a real life situation that I'm trying to think about. Or, like, somebody's, like, a really bad soccer player, but then that person's like, well, you never played soccer, you know, or you don't actually know, you've never played at my level, which I think at the same time is kind of that, like, some degree. But I don't think it's that entirely. I think CoffeeZilla, with all the stuff he's done with Save the Kids, all the stuff he's done with crypto and Tether and SafeMoon, different things, he's gotten himself in a lot of heat. And a lot of heat has come his way because of him trying to expose a lot of these people for crypto scamming. Ice Poseidon, Slicker, Twitch streamer Slicker, that is. Ice Poseidon, who you guys are probably well aware of who that person is. Yeah, just a lot of shady stuff going on. And obviously it's on the blockchain. We could figure out what the heck that is. And yeah, we can figure out what's going on. And I think it's kind of sad to kind of see Logan maybe make a response video that's probably on to the same level of his Tokyo response video. And yeah, it just seemed like it was very malicious, and I didn't personally like it. I watched it like 4 or 5 times just to see, like, do I really feel different from what he's saying? Like, 20 years ago, one of the developers, you know, committed a lot of crimes. But that was 20 years ago. Logan, 5 years ago. Like, there's a stark difference with all that. So it's like, yeah, it's very interesting. Liver King on steroids came out with an apology video, which I actually didn't mind. I know a lot of people kind of took heat for it. You know what? I really took heat in my right ear. My right ear was getting no love with that apology, okay? It's still very mad. But my left ear, I think it's apologized because that entire video is only going through the left channel of someone's ear. So it's really funny. It's really, really funny. So yeah, it kind of sucks just to see some people who are kind of in the mainstream. It just does. It's like people don't understand. Like, obviously Brad Pitt's been through his stuff. People still praise him. We just watched the Golden Globes. Some recaps of it. I'm not a big award show guy. I don't like it. I think it's very like entitled stuff going on. Like people who put it on. Not a big award show guy. Don't like watching them. But like people still can understand that people have changed. Like Mark Wahlberg, people have changed. Amanda Bynes, I think she's still going through that comeback arc. Obviously somebody like Lindsay Lohan, who's been through a lot of heat, still coming in clutch. Jamie Lee Spears and Britney Spears. There's been people that have, kind of dealt with their vices and dealt with a lot of shit in their life. I think we're all human at the end of the day. And whether you forgive somebody or not, if you don't like them, don't watch them, and if you enjoy them, continue to support them. But I think there's also a middle line where it's like, okay, but it's not the response that I wanted, but I hope that throughout all this, like you're still able to see where I'm coming from as a viewer, So yeah, that's basically it, Nationers. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your guys' Sundays and any day that you guys are watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel, liking this video, and sharing this podcast with your guys' friends. Honestly, it really does mean the world to me. This entire 2022 year has been a whirlwind, and it's been a wild roller coaster, to say the least. So Nationers, thank you guys honestly so much for an amazing 2022. I at least want to mention that. And I'm excited for 2023 and hope you guys are too. Hopefully you guys are along for the ride. And I will see you guys in the next one, episode 51 of The Realest Podcast. Have a good one. 07. Peace.